Welcome to today's explainer. We're going to do something absolutely incredible today. I'm pulling you right out of your everyday human experience and dropping you directly into the paws of a wild red fox. Through this documentary-style journey, picture rich heritage artwork, warm golden sunsets, misty forests. We're going to explore the struggles and the ultimate biological triumphs of literally one of nature's most adaptable survivors. And we aren't just going to rattle off some facts here. You're going to step into their world. You are going to be the fox.
Okay, let's dive right into this. You quietly step through the snow, listening for movement beneath the frozen ground. I really want you to picture that for a second. Feel that crisp, freezing winter air just burning in your lungs. The forest around you is dead silent, right? Well, except for that faint, rhythmic crunch of the snow right beneath your padded paws. It's a gorgeous, atmospheric winter woodland, but make no mistake, it is incredibly dangerous out there. Every shifting shadow could be a threat, and every tiny sound, well, that could be your next meal, or your last.
But before we brave that snow, we have to start at the very beginning. Chapter 1, The Dark Den, Birth and Vulnerability. Now, what's really interesting here is the stark contrast of your earliest days. Think about the absolute warmth and safety of the underground den. This is exactly where your story starts. You're born as a tiny, blind, and totally helpless kid. You spend your days just huddled up closely with your brothers and sisters, relying completely on the comforting warmth and nourishment of your mom. It's pitch black, it's cozy, and you are entirely dependent. But then, there's the freezing danger of the wilderness, waiting literally just outside the dirt walls of your hidden home. It's a pretty powerful reminder of just how fragile life is in those early days and the terrifying unknown that's waiting for you out there.
Soon enough, you have to leave that safety behind to grow. Moving into Chapter 2, Childhood, Learning the Rules of the Forest.
You know, in the wild, you've got to grow up incredibly fast. In the spring, you're born in that dark, safe den, but by summer, things shift completely. You're out in the sun, and playtime, well, it isn't just a game anymore. It's rigorous survival training. You're playfully pouncing on insects, you're chasing your siblings through the tall grass, and you're learning the crucial mechanics of stealth by hunting for field mice. And then comes autumn. The leaves turn, the air gets this bitter chill to it, and you make your first real independent explorations. The whole world opens up, and curiosity is your absolute best teacher. You're watching your parents intently, figuring out what a snapping twig actually means, learning which smells mean food and which ones scream danger. You have to learn fast, because winter is coming. And that is when the true test of survival begins. You've got to completely transform from a playful kid into a highly cautious juvenile before that first heavy snow even falls.
Which brings us to your most exhausting trial. Chapter 3, The Brutal Reality, Hunger and the Harsh Wilderness.
So the crucial point here is that survival is never, ever guaranteed. Every single day you're facing an overwhelming array of threats. You are constantly watching your back for wolves and coyotes, dodging these massive swooping owls, battling freezing winter storms that can literally drop your body temperature in minutes. Oh, and you're navigating human encroachment that splinters your habitat, all while fighting off the haunting shadow of starvation. As a small predator, you're basically walking a dangerous tightrope every single day. You're hunting relentlessly just to stay alive, while desperately trying not to become the hunted yourself. The sheer exhaustion and the intense pressure of surviving a landscape marked by constant food shortages, that's the brutal, everyday reality of your existence.
It really makes you pause and ask, will your instincts actually be enough to survive the night? Just imagine being out there right now. You are exhausted. The wind is howling through these barren trees, and your stomach is just aching with a deep, sharp hunger. Do you have the patience to weather a freezing storm completely alone? Do you have the raw intelligence to outsmart a predator that is actively tracking your scent in the snow? Because the wilderness doesn't care how tired you are. It only respects survival.
Let's say your instincts carry you through. We enter Chapter 4, Adulthood, Mastering the Hunt and Defending Territory.
And this brilliantly illustrates the incredible mechanics of your stealth hunting behavior. You're now in the absolute prime of your life. First, you stand frozen, listening intently to mice moving deep beneath a thick layer of snow. I mean, your hearing is so highly evolved you can pinpoint the rustle of tiny claws under a whole foot of powder. Next, your brain acts like a biological computer, calculating the exact trajectory, depth, and distance. And finally, you launch yourself into the air, pouncing in this high, precise, beautiful arc, diving headfirst into the snow to trap your meal. It's a spectacular display of evolutionary design, showing exactly how your sharp instincts and physical mastery secure that next meal.
But you know, despite this absolute physical mastery,
Your life is heavily defined by solitary survival. You face the demanding reality of navigating massive, sprawling wildernesses entirely alone. You're relying solely on your own sharp senses, your own physical endurance, and your deep environmental awareness just to outlast competitors. There is a profound loneliness that comes with being a fully independent adult fox, for sure, but there's also a fierce, majestic responsibility. You are relentlessly defending your hard-won territory, searching for a mate, and eventually bringing your own tiny kits into a dark den, starting the whole beautiful, difficult cycle all over again.
Your adult life is a constant pendulum. Chapter 5: Triumphs and Escapes. The Edge of Survival.
A flash of teeth, a desperate sprint through a rainy night, and you live to see another glowing, misty morning. Just imagine the sheer, heart-stopping panic of that moment. A larger predator, maybe a wolf, lunges from the shadows. Your heart is pounding fiercely against your ribs as you weave frantically through dark, slick tree trunks. Every muscle in your body burns, mud is flying up behind your paws, and it takes every single ounce of your wit and speed to escape those jaws. It's a near-death encounter that defines the razor's edge of your existence. But then, you lose them. The rain eventually stops. The sun rises, painting the sky in these warm golden hues. The sheer relief and the absolute, unadulterated victory of simply making it to see another sunrise, that's a triumph that is honestly hard for us humans to even comprehend.
Let's move to and see how this builds to your inevitable reality. Chapter 6: The Final Winter, a Quiet Natural Ending.
As the years pass, the unavoidable reality of old age begins to set in. Wandering alone, memories of familiar forests fade into the quiet, falling snow as you find peace in the wild. You become slower, you become weaker. A hunt that used to take a simple flick of your agile muscles now requires a monumental, totally exhausting effort. But there's a deep, melancholic beauty to this stage of life. You aren't defeated, you've simply lived a full, wild, and incredibly brave life. As you wander those familiar snowy fields and dense forests one last time, the very wilderness that tested you, fed you, and challenged you slowly and naturally reclaims you. It's a quiet, peaceful ending to a truly fierce existence.
So, you survived the beautiful, brutal wild. What legacy does your fierce journey leave behind in the snow? The kits you successfully raised, the vast territory you defended, the sheer, undeniable resilience of your spirit, it all echoes in the forest long after you're gone. Your life was a literal masterpiece of survival. I really hope this immersive explainer gave you a totally new perspective and a profound appreciation for the intelligence, the daily struggle, and the breathtaking reality of the red fox. Take a moment to reflect on their journey the next time you step out into a quiet, snowy day. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride, and keep learning, keep exploring. See you next time.